Hello and welcome to another video tutorial on the Scolia Home auto scoring system. So in this series we've obviously been looking at the games available within the portal, and we've already covered XO1 and Around the Clock. So if you haven't seen those videos, please have a look through my video list and you'll be able to view those. I'll try and add some as well on the videos, so when you get towards the end of a game, end of a video, you'll be able to see and click on the link, etc. So I'll try and do that for you, but anyway, let's crack on with this one. So as mentioned, I've covered two of the games, so we're going to look at the third game of the current four available, and this one's Bob's 27, a game I understand has been inspired by Bob Anderson, and he used this as a way of practicing his double finishes. So just to add some, obviously some competitiveness into his practicing, he devised a game called Bob's 27, and as such, it's became an international game or international practice game. Obviously, other people can play that as well, and a really good one, and very enjoyable. So again, in the Scolia portal, you go to your local games, you select the game type of Bob's 27, and then you again have some configuration options. I have no recommendations here at this moment in time, other than maybe change the default from 27 to, I don't know, 37 or otherwise. But then obviously that moves away from the idea of the game being called Bob's 27, and would probably call it Bob's 29 or 34 or whatever configuration score. But it could be an idea. However, the configuration does allow you to counter against that. So a standard game of Bob's 27 would see you start off with 27 points, and then you throw at doubles around the board, including the bullseye at the end, not the 25 this time, but only the bullseye. And this will allow you to score points or lose points based on that particular number that you're throwing at. So darts players like myself, who are still quite new to it, who haven't quite got the knack of consistency, the configuration option I would probably suggest is the allow a negative score. So the Bob's 27, as mentioned, you start off with 27 points, and then the more times you hit the doubles, your points will go up. But obviously, if you don't hit the doubles, then your points will go down. And if you get to a 0, then that's the game over. And within sort of 4 or 5 numbers, you could be over and done with. Hence my suggestion of maybe being able to start off with 54 points as an option. Nevertheless, as I said, you can counter that by allowing the negative score, which is what I would recommend if you are new to this. And this means that when you get to 0 or below 0, it means you can carry on through the game just to work on your doubles. So there's your two options: standard, which means that you start with 27 points, and once you get to 0, it's game over. Allow negative score allows you to go down into minus figures, which also gives you the opportunity to get back up. Now, I'm talking, as I said, off my head, and I did do some research, and I believe a good score for this is somewhere around the sort of 300 something. In fact, let me have a quick look now. I'm going to pause the video and just check some of my research on the Tinterweb. I did do my best to try and find out what a decent benchmark score was. Couldn't find anything, but I'm sure it was around the sort of 300 mark. I know a perfect score would be 1,437. So just to give you some idea of what's out there, but a bit of research, I'll say I think about 300 is a decent score, or a good benchmark score. So again, adding players, you can add up to 4 players, and you can obviously swap them around to order who goes first. I'm just going to quickly check that and see if that rings true on the iPad as well. Bear with me. Okay, I can also confirm this drag and drop capability is also available on the iPad as well, so you can drag and drop. I'm just recording this on the PC simply because I've got the recording software on here, and hopefully get a slightly better quality than if I was just doing it raw using the built-in iPad stuff. But as I said, just tested there. I could do all video editing to make it all fancy and whatnot, but I'm just keeping it rough and ready. So this is the section to game type. Add the game type Bobs27, configure the game to allow negative scores, and add players. I might save that off as a new preset as well, so I don't have to keep on configuring this. And then to start the game, simply click on there and you get the main screen. So you'll see the current target there is 111, and that's what we're aiming for. We start off with a score of 27. So if I hit the 111 3 times, I should be so lucky. But if I did, then 111 equals 2, and if I've done it 3 times, times it by 3, that would be 6. So I would add 6 points to my score to take that to a total of 33. However, if I do miss, then if I miss all 3 darts, I will then minus that figure from the score. Now, logic would suggest that if I missed all 3, I would minus 6 from that to leave 21. However, playing this game, it seems to give you a free first dart, and then if I miss that and I miss a further 2, it will just deduct the remaining 2, so I would lose 4 points from this shot. So let me just pause this and let me just throw at the board and see what I come up with. So I had 3 shots at 111. I missed them all, and with that it has minus 25 from the score. So forgive me, I've lost 2 points. I haven't lost double 2 points. So from there it has kind of given me a free shot. I've missed that, and then I've missed the other 2. So being I was in the section number 1, that is 2 points off 27. I'm now going to be throwing at double 2. Again, some terrible throwing, and I've missed all 3. So this time from 25, it has taken me down to 21. So it's took 4 points off that. And that was basically, as I said, giving you a free shot. And then it's taken 2, and it's taken another 2 to leave me with 21. When I take the darts out, I will be on double 3. And if I miss all of those, then it's going to take away 6 points. That would leave me on 15. You can start seeing why I recommend the negative score, because at this rate I'm going to be on minus before I know it. So let me just tick those out and throw at double 3. Okay, I've struck gold. So this time throwing at double 3, I hit it first time round. So you will see in this game of Bobs27, it's a little bit different to around the clock, whereas if you'd hit the 3 there, I'd be on the next number. You do focus on that same number for the duration of your throw. So all 3 darts are aimed at that double. And this is where obviously then you can start to score the points. So I've managed to get 1 of the 3. So I've managed to get 6 points added onto my score. So it's took me up from 21 up to 27. I then had 2 further darts to see if I can get some more points. Both of those missed, but because I've already scored in that section, it hasn't penalised me. Now, I believe that also rings true if when I throw in double 4. Now, if I miss the first 2 and I score it the last one, I don't lose any points for those previous ones. So as long as you connect your dart to that double, whatever number you're thrown at least one time in those 3 throws, then you will score points and you will not lose points. So I'm going to throw a few more at the board. Okay, you will see that I've had a few throws. I've got onto the 6. So this time I've thrown at double six, and you'll see that all 3 darts have landed in double six. So in terms of the metrics on the screen, you'll see now that I've had 18 throws. So that's obviously in line with the numbers. So I've had 3 darts at each number. And it's then showing me the amount of hits. So whilst I've only hit 4 of the numbers, of those 4 numbers, I've actually hit 1 3 times, so it scores for each successful throw. Just to give you a bit of an idea how that works. So if I go into 7 now and I hit that twice, and then it's obviously going to go up to 8. If I hit it once, it's going to go up to 7, and if I hit it 3 times, it'll be 9. So it does count hits per throw, not each round of throws. And then it obviously gives you some further statistics there with your hit rates. You can see that from those 18 throws, I've hit 6 of the 18, which is giving me 33%. We'll have a look at that towards the end as well. And also then the MOD, which is the mean Euclidean distance, which we've discussed in a previous video, which is effectively looking at the aiming point, which is the center of the segment there, looking at your 3 throw positions, and then it's looking at the horizontal line across there, and it measures the distance or the average length of those lines, and then it looks at the vertical distance, which is this one here, and looks at the vertical lines and does a calculation there. So I'm kind of guessing that it's like a mean average of the 3 darts when it does that. So it calculates all of that stuff and then gives you the value of where you are in the center. So that's your average length from there. Right, I'm going to leave this game. As I was saying, just wanted to get some darts at the board just to show you exactly some how the scoring works on here. So if I click on leave game and we'll abort it, that should take us into our game stats, and you can see from here we've got the raw coordinates. So these are all the throws that we took at the board. You can see I was all over the place there with number 2, a bit better there with the 3, sorry, the 4, and of course the 3. And then obviously the 6 landed 3 times. I'm guessing one of them is very close, that's why we can only sort of see them. It does show you again the sector stats for each one, so you can click on those, which is a nice little feature. And that also works when you're clicking on the iPad. And you'll see that when you click on the particular one, it changes the darts to the colours that you've been throwing. So I can see that even though I've gotten 2 there, I can see that these 2 that have landed in the 15 were a part of the throw when I was aiming for double 2. Okay, looking at the score history, we can see that we start on 27. We have our first 3 throws, and we can see that we missed. That's why I dropped down to 25. Missed again, took it down to 21, and then I started to have a bit of success, and we can see there we start to climb up to the point where we had a successful throw on number 6. So double 6 there was giving us what, 36 on top of that. So 45 to 81. And looking at the metrics at the top here, we can see there's my total points that I accumulated during my session. Obviously we'd normally go from 1 to 20 and finish on the ball. 25 does not score, I should tell you. Shows you how many times you successfully hit your targets, and then obviously the amount of throws that you took. So that would, if you're playing a full game, that would be your 20 numbers plus your ball, so that would be 63 throws you should have in a full game of Bob's 27. And then it gives you your hit rate, which is a percentage, and that is simply calculating the number of hits and dividing it by the number of throws, and then multiplying that by 100, and that gives you your hit rates. And then we've got the mean Euclidean distance, the horizontal distance, and the vertical distance that we spoke about. And the final statistic is to show you how many times you had a successful hit at a field. And you'll see that with my double six, I was able to hit that 3 times, one of my favorite doubles, and gives me the value of 3. Usually I've got 1 or 2 at best in there. Okay, and I'm going to leave that board, which then brings you back onto the local games, and then you can simply join your board and go through your game selection again. And if I wanted to jump into Bob's 27, simply click on there, and there's my preset. I would simply select that, and away I go again to play Bob's 27, allowing a negative score. So once again, a little tip there, I would recommend, if you are, as I say, new to it, allow a negative score, because you won't get beyond 4 or 5, whatever it is, in a standard game. And as I said, you'll minus out quite quickly and in the game. So for anyone that's new to Bob's 27, allow a negative score. I hope this has been a useful video for you, and we will see you on the next one, where I will be covering the final game of cricket. Bye for now.